the Toyota FRS. Is it a cool car? You know, it is. It could be a... Whoa. Yo! Let me capitalize on what I was talking about in the other video when I had said something about the FRS. So, as always, welcome back to the vlog. It's at NeekD if you want to follow the faster updates on Instagram. And today I kind of wanted to just go over, I don't know, a few things with the FRS. I've driven it the last couple days, and I know some of you guys are asking me to do a full review on it, like what I thought. I could really just get that out within 5 minutes, maybe 10, depending on how much I talk. So let's just go over it real fast because I pretty much could say everything I want to say. Overall for 2015, at the price that you would buy these at, right now I'm selling it for 14 grand, right? So that's what you buy it at. I think it's a killer car for any 16-year-old, any 17-year-old, somebody, maybe even low 20s, right? Somebody that's just buying a first fun car, or if you're buying a car that's more so, I don't know, you could do spirited driving in it, but it's not the most luxurious daily driver, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying luxurious comparing it to anything bigger. I'm just talking about practicality too. So now with practicality, what I really mean by that is, after I've been driving the ISs for, 5 years, I think I had those chassis. I came from an S2000, and prior to that I came from a Prelude. Now I'm a big dude. Both those cars, the first two, were kind of hilarious to drive. When I was in high school, or just leaving high school, I got the Prelude. That was perfect. I didn't need to carry anybody really. Putting 4 people in there was stupid. I never did that. I had my buddy Dan and just me, and we kind of bounced around. That was really it. Now, this FRS is bringing me back to the Prelude days, a smaller coupe, right? So, it's open. I'll get the key. Don't get me wrong. It is cool. It's not bad in here. I think it's a really nice, driver feel. There's nothing wrong with this car that I would even say somebody should fret against, right? This is kind of everything you want. It's pretty modern. It's got a nice steering feel in it. I mean, it sounds fucking killer for just, if you're taking it for what it is, right? Let's see. Let's turn this off. So I'll just roll these down so I get some airflow. Right? It sounds good. Doesn't sound bad at all. Not bad. So I think where I answer the question of, do I like this car or would I keep it? I think I'm a no. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, this is, it's roomy. It is. I got enough headroom if I wanted to wear a helmet and turn this into a track car. But I told you, if I'm ever going to do this as a track car, it's going to replace that. It's not going to be in conjunction with it. I won't have it synonymously. So yes, this is a good feel. Am I carrying one other person in here? Yeah, I carry one other person in here, and that's all I'm doing. There's nobody that's going behind us. The front seats are literally sitting on the rear seats, and this is as if 2 people were sitting in here. I was sitting over there the other day, and that's how I was positioned. This is comfortably where it would be at. So it's basically a 2-seater car with 4 seats total for insurance purposes. It's really just, think of it as a Miata, basically, or a Roadster with a little bit more room for a gym bag or something like that. So I think it's a good, again, younger kids car. It's not something that I want to drive, keep, build, nothing. Now I say that because, again, it could be the track car if it was gutted, and I can maybe see whipping this thing around with the JZ in it. I can understand that. I'm not in love with the seating position. I think it sits a little fucking low, just stock. I think I would like to see a little bit more. I don't know, but that's just a driver feeling, right? So I guess it's kind of cool. This is my eye line right here, okay? Or a little bit higher. I'd say that's my eye line right there. So you get a little bit of the hood up there too. You see, it's not like a Vet sitting super far back, and you have enough visibility here, right? I just got so attached to the 4-door chassis, sitting in that car, even in a race bucket or in the Recaros that I have in the red one. It's so much more upright and fun, and I just feel like I'm more driver aware and a parent, and then I have people that I can fit in the back. Now I usually don't put 4 people in that car, or even 5. I have before, but it's too crammed. I usually put 3. That's just usually what we drive in my red car. But the 4-door is so much more my style. I'm just a big body, boxy kind of guy, with some coupe style or like roadster tendencies, right? But this is just not the right roadster for me. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say about it. It just doesn't make sense to do it as a street car, because as a street car, it could never replace what I've done with the IS300. It has there's way more practicality in the IS300 than there is in this. That comes as like a duh, or like an obvious thing to most people, but I don't think a lot of people consider that. I think people probably would, if they had the toss-up between 10 grand and think about an IS300 by an FRS, I think a lot of them would buy the FRS if they've never been in either one. Now, I don't know, are there bigger coupes out there? Yes. In this like year range, Genesis coupe, the Nissan Zs. I mean, I don't know. I'm not into any of those cars though. This is the Toyota chassis, Lexus stuff. I'd fuck with this, but yeah, it's cool. It's okay. I'm not in love with it. I'm not. I think it's also because what I was saying earlier about the whole age thing. This doesn't seem like a car I want to put out for myself. I'd rather this be maybe a build later on. Definitely be a raffle car if I built one of these. It definitely 100%. I wouldn't keep it. I just feel like this is too young of a car for me. This could have been cool, 10 years ago, 8 years ago when they were first coming out and everybody was just doing the wide body. I just wasn't on that train. Now the Supras are out, and the Supras are more of a gentleman's step. It's an older step, right? It's like I'm closer to 30 now, being 27, and it's like that makes more sense for me, not just visually and or not just like as a representation of like where I am. Like I feel like that's more of a grown man step in my own like being. That's what I would more so want to do if I'm gonna have like a fourth car and it be like a canyon car or a grip car. Yeah, so that's that. It is roomy in here as a single driver. If you're a single dude, if you're a younger guy and you just want to get into the car scene, get an FRS for sure. Because 240s are beat to hell, and these really aren't. There's a shitload of these, and the aftermarket is so cheap. I had to replace the hub. The hub from AutoZone was like $75 or whatever. My cost. I think regular was like 110 or whatever. But yeah, dude, fucking killer price on parts. Tons of wide body aftermarket applications. There's a bunch of like carb legal superchargers if you're in California and you have to follow smog. I think there's one carb legal turbo kit. But plenty of modification and plenty of things to have, and the options are endless with this. It just doesn't do it for me. It's too, as a street car, back and forth, would I rather drive the IS? Like, okay, let's go say if this car had a JZ in it and the IS had a JZ in it, what am I picking? The IS, 100%. And that's I'm saying that unbiased, like just driving it back and forth. The IS is just more fun for me to drive. This is too small for me to really enjoy. I'm starting to like a bigger car. And that's actually what really kind of makes me question why I'm saying that when I say I'm into RX-7 FDs, because those are small too, and this is a better interior feel than the FD does. The FD is just a fucking unicorn, So rarity plays into it a little bit too. So yeah, it's a cool car. It is. It's just not for me. It's not, and I don't mind selling it. I really don't. I'm glad I actually got a test drive them for a little bit. Fucking $800 test drive. It's not bad at all, and make some money on it. But yeah, it's a cool car, man. It's not bad. Yeah. So I guess we'll just close it with that. I guess I talked a lot longer than, the 5 minutes I said I was going to talk. So yeah, if you guys want to buy it, I have it up for 13 this weekend actually, but you won't see it by the time this vlog's out. So I have it for 14. If you want to come get it, come and get it. It'll sell. I know it will. And that's that. And then I can take this money and I can apply it towards a, proper Supra. If not a Supra, we can apply it towards, I don't know, an FC. Fuck around with something like that. That'd be half the cost, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The Cressida will come on the channel when this thing is gone. The Cressida is only going to replace that four-door car, so that's just an update. But yeah, all right, let's get back to the 1JZ over there. There's actually another thing, too, I didn't mention. I would personally never own another black car in my life. I don't even want to say I own this because that's only for so short of a time, right? But this car's only been sitting out here for 6 days, and the California dust that we have makes a little bit of the ash. It's just, dude, this car gets so dirty, and it shows. And I'm not a fan of it, man. I don't like black at all. I'm good off that for sure. Like the silver car, same thing. It's been sitting even longer. I haven't even washed this for like months. Look how much cleaner and better that looks compared to that. Yeah. God, this car is nuts. I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to get rid of this thing, because this thing looks basically like a shortened version of a JZX 100 with that rear, right? It kind of does. Like a JZX 100 kind of looks like that with the bumpers chopped up a little bit. Fucking sweet. So I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of this and go to a Cressetta. We'll see what the hell happens, but I know I want to. I know I want to get into something boxy.